Have you ever found yourself sitting on the couch or in a chair with a strange feeling? You want to do something, but none of the ideas that come to mind seem satisfying. Instead, you get absurd urges, like learning jewelry making or disassembling and reassembling an Apache helicopter piece by piece. Your brain keeps looping through these thoughts, but nothing productive comes out of it. Or another scenario, you've been grinding on a project for weeks, doing the same monotonous work. Then you decide to take a well-earned break, but instead of feeling refreshed, you come back feeling just as exhausted. Work still feels just as hard, and motivation is nowhere to be found. That raises the obvious question: what am I doing wrong if I still feel this way? This ties into burnout, laziness, procrastination, and other unpleasant states. You rest, but somehow it doesn't feel like rest at all. I've been through this many times. So in this short video, I'll explain why this happens and how to break out of it. I'll simply share my thoughts and experiences. You might not agree with them, and that's totally fine. Our brain's priority is survival, and it achieves that through learning and skill acquisition. We adapt to the world, but with every new ability, we crave more. Learning something or achieving a goal gives us a rush of satisfaction. However, over time, even the biggest accomplishments lose their thrill, and we need something new. This happens because of hedonic adaptation, a mechanism that pushes us forward. It works in both directions. Just as good things stop exciting us over time, bad things also lose their impact. Our brain seeks balance, but that stability can eventually turn into stagnation. When life stops moving, no new accomplishments, no failures, the emotional graph flattens into a straight line, and our brain hates that. So, it artificially creates a drop, forcing us to seek progress again. Otherwise, things only get worse. So, stagnation leads to boredom, laziness, and burnout, because the brain forces us to get out of the rut. The key to avoiding this? Constant progress in whatever you do. When a task lacks growth, it turns into mindless repetition, which eventually becomes unbearable. The best way to recover isn't just lying around, but switching activities. When you're physically drained, rest is necessary. But when the exhaustion is mental, the best solution is new experiences. Doing something different that brings excitement and progress. For example, I spend most of my time on the computer, working on writing, drawing, gaming, and creating videos. But if I stop coming up with fresh ideas, it all turns into a lifeless routine. That's when I switch to something else. Music, storytelling, watching movies for inspiration, or even sculpting after years of not doing it. The key is to redirect energy into something new. There are different types of rest. Emotional rest. If you're overwhelmed, try exercising, breathing techniques, or even spending time with animals. Creative rest. If you lack creative inspiration, start a new hobby, rearrange your space, or immerse yourself in art. Social rest. If you're drained from people, reduce interactions. If you're lonely, seek social engagement. It all comes down to balance. If something is missing, add it. If there's too much of something, scale it back. I hope my thoughts helped in some way. Subscribe to my Telegram and VK. Links are in the description. Good luck and see you soon.